There was a round of applause by my parents and the rest of the Robins. Where is my cloak? I asked. Go inside and take a quick shower first of all. You can wash the yellow water off, said Queen Valerie. That is a good idea, said Peter. We also should change into better clothes, David added. I'll place the cloak right outside the bathroom door so that way we can see how you look out here, said Marcus. Right now it's okay, but you don't have your cloak on since you're still soaking wet, which involves water. But the next time you do, come outside and make sure that it is on, said Queen Valerie. Will you be waiting right here, I asked. Yes, Queen Valerie answered. Marcus, drop the cloak off in front of the restroom, and when I come outside in 20 minutes, I'll make sure I'm wearing this to present the new me, said Hannah. Will do, said Marcus. I then went inside and took my shower. When I got dressed and put my cloak on, they were all still waiting for me out there, and they applauded me when I got outside again. Time to go have lunch at our bar. It is totally on the house for the service you did to our daughter, said Peter. I don't perform conversions for money to begin with, said Queen Valerie. It is okay. Our daughter always wanted to be religious, and we were the reason why being religious made her uncomfortable, so now she's part of a religion that's very accepting to people like us, said David. You got that right, said Peter. We then entered my parents' bar. We have waiters and waitresses filling out orders for us, so that is why we can sit with you, said David. We combined the two tables next to each other, and we began to sit down, and we ordered, and then Queen Valerie began talking to me. So what are your plans now that you are on the Awarist other than worshipping the Lord with us tomorrow? Queen Valerie asked. Tonight I'm planning on going on a quick ride to Skokie on the Yellow Line, I answered. That's nice, Queen Valerie said. I don't think I've ever been on the Yellow Line, said Marcus, who was sitting next to me. Correction, you have, and you used to be on it every week when you were a toddler. The place we took you for occupational therapy at in Skokie, and we rode the red line up to Howard, and then we took the yellow line out to Skokie, Queen Valerie corrected. Oh yeah, I forgot about that, Dr. Morcassi said. During those days, you were so obsessed with the color red that it was unbelievable how out of control you were on the red line, said Queen Valerie. I began laughing. Mom, said Marcus, it is okay. I was the same way whenever I was on the yellow line, said Hannah. The yellow line is 3 stations long, and all it does is just get people to Skokie. What do you need to use it for? Marcus asked. There was a good wine store my parents took me to, not to drink, but to buy wine, I answered. Why did they always take you? Marcus asked. They couldn't afford a babysitter, I answered. I see, said Marcus. 99% of the time, I have needed to use the Chicago L. It was to use the red, yellow, or purple lines because I live super close to Howard Station, which is where all those lines have their ends, I said. Except for the purple line during rush hour, said Sam. Correct, I said. What line would you say you ride the most, George asked. Red. If I ride red, yellow, and purple 99% of the time, then I use red for 90% of it. You forgot to call it color, said Marcus. What colors did I ask? Green, answered Marcus. Oh, you're right, I said without giving away the fact it was for the secret spot. When have you been using the green line? Peter asked. Sometimes I ride it into the loop if I am not working at the costume shop because the red line can even get crowded heading in the loop at rush hour, I lied. So, does that mean you ride the brown line up to Belmont when you leave the loop sometimes? David asked. No, the brown line is a huge plane to transfer during the loop during rush hour. Okay, said David. How often do you two use the L? We use it every week to go around Chicago, Marcus asked. Only if we need to use it for something, answered Peter. How often is that? Marcus asked. About 3 times a week, David answered. We really use it to go to the loop where you guys live, said Peter. I then saw Queen Valerie tap Peter on the shoulder. Yes, Peter asked. We don't live in the loop. We live in Robbinsog, which is on the loop, but we don't live in the loop, because we live in a different nation if we live in the loop. We would be living in the United States, which we don't live in, despite the fact the windows of Robbinsog overlook it, corrected Queen Valerie in a surprisingly nicer tone than I thought, because of how strict she is about saying the words "this is not real," despite the fact that my dad Peter never said those words. He just worded what he said badly. Oh, sorry, said Peter. It is fine. Just don't let it happen again, said Queen Valerie. I'll do whatever I can not to let it happen again, said Peter. That's all that matters, said Queen Valerie. Well, food was then served and I got a spicy chicken sandwich. I really just kept on talking for a little bit longer. So, what are you planning on doing now? Marcus asked. I have some homework to do, so if I choose to ride the yellow line over the Skokie, it will not be until tonight, I answered. Okay, Marcus answered. You have some chores to do around Robbinsog, said King Morven. Oh, you're right, I do, said Marcus. Hannah will come see us tomorrow to worship the Lord, said Queen Valerie. Right, said Hannah. I guess I will see you then, said Marcus. Bye, Marcus, I said. Bye, Hannah, said Morven back. Bye, Queen Valerie, King Morven, Prince Sam, and George. Bye, they all said at once. I then went up the stairs to my room. What are you going to work on? David asked. I am going to work on memorizing terms for a paper I have for a paper on Monday, I said. What is it about? Peter asked. Legal terms, I answered. How long do you think you'll be? David asked. Couple of hours. Why? I asked. I was wondering if you would be able to be a waitress tonight in your cloak, Peter answered. David asked. Sorry, we, said Peter. I think I can do that for a few hours. Why do you ask? I asked. We think if you dress like that, you can get bigger tips, said David. And remember, you get to keep the tips, said Peter. Oh, sweet, you were right, I said. I then went to my room and began to do my homework, and after that, I went to the bar to be a waitress, and I made more money than I usually do, and then afterwards, I rode the yellow line to Skokie with my cloak on, with my hood down, and got some ice cream, and then back to Howard, and then I just chilled in my room, thinking about how great it feels to be religious and be a part of the Awarist community, and being this much closer to the Robins, and tomorrow, I'm going to worship the Lord, which is something new.